Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful, awesome Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy therapy day. And lately, I've been loving starting these sessions with you, sessions with you with a nice deep breath, even though it's so, it's so LA yoga. But that being said, it really actually helps. It does. So seriously, just take a breath. Just take a breath and let it out. It's all woo woo and totally new age, but it works. Breathing actually helps. I was taught that when I got baby girl from this nursery she was in for a little while, and and they teach you, like, when the baby's going crazy and you're going crazy, to take breaths and to relax into it. And it's really helped me a lot learn how to handle the baby crying. And I'd love to share so many things I learned about what you probably know. A lot of you are already parents, but I learned so much in how not to take her crying personally, if that makes sense. So with that, today we're going to get into something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and I just felt like today is a great day because I just see some crazy stuff on the internet. So with that, to all my OGs, subscribers, thank you guys so much for helping this channel. I think we might hit 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So you guys rule. Number one. Number two, to my new subscribers, thank you for having the balls to check me out. And thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And if you're new to these lives I do every Wednesday here at noon Pacific Standard Time, I want to let you know that I like to do shout outs because I really want you to see the amazing, diverse community that we have created here from all over the world. And it's so awesome. So I see all you just putting where you're from. It's so awesome. So so I'm gonna just start, and then I'm gonna call out shout out everyone from where you're from, and then we'll get straight into this amazing conversation today. So whoever the first one I see, I'm gonna call, and then if I didn't see you, just tell me again, and I'll call you out. Okay. So we got. Hold on, I just saw it. I was just going to start here. Okay, we got Germany in the house, UK, Sweden, Wisconsin, Chicago, Murphy, Texas, SoCal. Hey, Lisa. Lisa is our mod. Don't forget that. Okay, Eagle Bridge, New York, Peak 2, North. Is that Canada? Israel's in the house, Netherlands, Russia's in the house, Niagara Falls, Birmingham, England's in the house, Canada's in the house, South Carolina, Cape Cod, South Africa, Fort Lauderdale, Long Island, New York. You guys rule. Wales, UK, Southwest Arizona, West Des Moines, Iowa, Montana, Colorado, Gibraltar, Europe, Canada, Portland, Oregon. Common Sense is in the house. It is. It actually is. Cali, UK, Walla Walla, Washington, Nebraska, Oregon, Florida, Seattle, Philadelphia, Washington, Atlanta, Coca, Florida. Right on. We got Niagara Falls, Canada, Cali, Atlanta, Tacoma. We got Lisa in the house. West Virginia, where my mom's from, Bay Area, which used to be amazing. Maybe, I don't really. Well, we should talk about that one day. We got Idaho, where my sister lives. We got Maryland, South Africa's in the house. Glenburn, Maine, London, New Hampshire. This is so awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Boston, thank you for tuning in from all over the world. Burleson, Texas is in the house. Ohio's in the house. Bonnie, Scotland's in the house. Poland, Philly. We got brain fog from Texas. Oh, thank you so much for that. Helps out with the diapers a lot. Thank you. Miami. It's amazing how stuff costs so much money. Really, I should get into the baby business. Miami, Florida, Dallas, St. George, Utah, Washington, Arkansas. New Brunswick, Tennessee, Salt Lake City, Utah, South Carolina, Tennessee, Gulf Coast, Mississippi, where I have been because I used to live in New Orleans and I used to go down there to the casinos, which was really awesome. I miss that part of the world. Bristol, UK. Let's see, Arkansas, girls in the house, North Dakota, Sacto. Where's Sacto? Thank you guys so much. North Carolina, London, Sweden, Oklahoma, Australia. See, I told you guys we got the whole world in our house today. We got the whole world. North Carolina. We got you all. Arizona. So with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for coming from all over the world, because this is how we're going to create these kinds of conversations. The thing is that I think we all pretty much agree on a lot here. But one of the things I want, if you're new here, one of the things I want to say is this. I really appreciate you willing to hear me as a transsexual person. I know it's hard today. I know there's just so much wingnut shit out there. It just turns you off of anyone trans. Okay, I don't blame you. I'm turned off by it as well. I'm not trans. I want to preface that with that. I'm not trans. I am a person, a female who feels better living as a man, and we call that a transsexual. I'm not a man. I just present that way. It's real simple. It's always been simple. It's never been this complicated. They make it complicated because there's, I think, layers to it, honestly. And I think I explain it a lot in my videos. There are disingenuous people. There are men who are predators. There are cross-dressers. There are fetishists who have infiltrated a very small amount of the world. And why we have existed, for sure we have, transsexuals have, for a long time. Now, that being said, it's not what you see here. It's why I've had an amazing transition and been able to walk through the world, because we used to have rules and regulations, which there should be. This is not something anybody should just do. This isn't an easy life. This isn't just on a whimsical, oh, I feel like a man today, I'm going to cut my boobs off and get a hysterectomy at 16. And we never, ever, ever did that before. That it is actually insane to me that we would be calling this trans. This is not trans. This is abusive behavior. It has gone way off the deep end. I also want to let you know that I own my mental disorder or mental illness, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It is not normal. This is not normal. I don't put it out there as normal. I put this out there because I want you to see how this benefited me as a human being. And I could almost say that the majority of you people, there's going to be one or two of you who still think what I did is not cool. And that's okay. Remember that. It's totally okay. You're allowed to have that opinion. But what I'm trying to express to you all here today is that it isn't normal. This is not normal. And you'll never make it normal, and it will never be normal. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Stefan. Thank you. Appreciate that. Diapers are crazy expensive, and formula is crazy expensive. But I just, before I really get into this, I just want you to know that it does mean a lot that you come here and you sit with me and we have sort of conversation, and you say, and I have no issues talking about me being mental. I'm literally mental. And it's okay. It's kind of funny. But at the same time, it would be remiss of me not to admit my mental disorder, because I don't know why anyone went on a normalized transsexualism. Why would you ever want to normalize it? We never wanted to normalize it. We just wanted to say, hey, look, I'm an adult, okay? I don't feel good looking like a woman, and I don't feel good people calling me she. And then you get to see a person who fully, and you cannot, I don't care who you are here today, you cannot deny that this has not benefited me, which in turn benefits you. Because what happens is that I come to you now trying to create a space that we both can just walk in the world together. I pay my taxes like every other human being. I have a family. I have kids. I normalized myself in that structure of society, right? I'm not trying to stand out and be over here and be like, whoa, I did that when I was 20. We all do crazy shit when we're 20. But the goal to transsexualism is to fit into the world, not to be outside of the world. Now, that being said, it's why I really want to talk about this word cis and this word cisgender, okay? Now, there are people who will lie to you about this word, and I'm going to set the record straight. You can believe me, somebody who transitioned over 33 years ago, or you can listen to these new wingnuts, trans activists, and people who transitioned yesterday. Okay, so I have a lot of history in this community, okay? And community, I use very lightly. I don't even belong to that community. I think you know that. I belong to a community of normal people like you guys, okay? Whatever that is. I don't belong to one space. I belong to reality, and I walk the world in reality, and I love reality, and I really acknowledge who and what I am. So that cis word has not been around. I will tell you this, and you've got to hear what I'm saying right now. It was created in the context of trans. That word could have been around for a long time as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. You're going to see some things today. I didn't have a chance to do all my research on the word, but one thing I do know is this. I'm using it in the context of transgender, okay? The word cisgender could have been around for, but we never used it. It has never been used on a daily basis the way it is now. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, okay? It might have been around from the get-go. I doubt it, to be honest with you. But what I'm trying to say here is it has been introduced into the context of the transgender debate and the transgender world specifically as a slur, in my opinion. Okay? I hate the word too. To all you out there, I hate the word too. I despise the word. I think the word is trying to divide us, okay, which it has. I think the word is 100% a slur. Want to know how I know why I believe it's a slur? Because the people in the transgender community use it as a slur. They're trying to say you are lesser than. They are also using it in a term which I have seen so many times, cis scum. How is that not a slur? If someone said trans scum, which they call me, people in the trans community call me true scum, by the way, which is somebody who medicalizes and believes in transsexualism. So they're just crazy in that community, right? So there is, now, it is gaslighting. It's 100% gaslighting. It is 100% a slur. Okay, Buck, everything you say is correct. Thank you. More money for the diapers, kids. So thank you for that. And so I hope so far I make sense to all of you. Okay, so I want to start with that. I have been around for a long effing time. Okay, a long time. And so, hold on one sec. Hey, thank you for being a member for 8 months. I don't like it as they use it. No, they fully use it as a slur. So this is what I'm getting to next. Okay, do not let these people gaslight you. They lie about everything. They've lied about the history of the LGBT community. They lie about trans history. They lie about only black trans women are the ones that seem to get attacked. And they just keep making shit up, okay? I'm not black, so I don't know how it is to live as a black person, but I have, especially a black trans woman, but all of a sudden now black trans women are the most attacked. And there's a reason that these things happen, and we can get into that later on. But stop making up all of these tropes that make trans higher than. You created the word cisgender in the context of transgender to divide and to try to conquer. That's exactly why you created that word. So with that, people, I want to let you know that we have a moderator in the house, okay? You're all allowed to have any form of opinion here. You are all allowed to have any way of speaking, except you can't attack, okay? Just don't do that. Just don't, okay? Because this is how you and I have created this amazing space. It's because we very rarely attack each other. You're allowed to say, Buck, I disagree, which you can totally do that, but you can't call me names, and you can't try to attack me, and you can't call me a transphobe, and you just can't do that. It's not going to happen because I have a very amazing moderator here named Lisa. And if any of you catch things that I don't catch, and it's making you uncomfortable in this room, you tell Lisa, okay? Because we're not having that here. We have created a beautiful, awesome space. It's not a safe space, just so you know. It's not a safe space. But what it is a space for you to have an opinion as a fucking adult, okay? I'm trying to create adult conversation. I'm not... Nothing bad happened, but I just see that chat going fast, and sometimes I might miss shit. So just want to let you guys know. Say it. I disagree with you, Buck. Blah, blah, blah. Fully appreciate that and respect that. I don't respect idiots, and I don't respect coming on and just talking shit. Okay, I just want to put that over there. Because it's kind of a conversation where I could almost bet you that somebody will show up from the transgender activism crazy space, and they will try to derail the conversation here. So I want you all to have your eyes on that for me, okay? So that's that, okay? So I want to show you this first clip. Okay, so I went in. The reason I wanted to talk about this was because I've been sick of it for a long time. Number one, number two, I 100% agree it's a slur, and I'm a transsexual. If you forgot, okay, we never had the word cisgender in the transsexual space. 33 years I've been doing this. We never used the word cisgender. We called you men and women, which is what you are. I find it derogatory to call you cis. I would never call you cis. I call you a man or a woman. Why? Because I want to be a man. I don't want to be cis. I want to be man is the whole point of a sex change. I didn't change my sex. Hold up, there is what we used to call it. Okay. So these are really important points that I'm trying to say. I've been doing this a long time. We never use the word cisgender. So this is why this first one really pissed me off. Okay. And these are these goddamn trans activists who think they're so smart. So listen to this and then we'll move forward.
And I don't mean to ruffle any feathers because I'm more interested in clearing the whole coop. You find the term cis offensive because you've used the word trans offensively. I know what you are. You know. Oh, think about.
Because you find the word cisgender offensive because you use the word trans offensively. Right there, out the gate. She, he, this is a trans woman, so she, he is making assumptions about you immediately. See how they come to the table? They already come to the table with their fists up. They don't come to the table with their hands open like I do. I'm going to give you a chance first to shake my hand. I'm not going to come to the table thinking you all hate me. I'm going to come to the table with my hands open and me wanting to have conversation. If you punch me in the face, well, then that's a different story and now game on. But this is what I want to show you. These people are coming straight out the gate with a fighting stance. I don't believe that you use the word transgender as a slur. I do not believe that. I do not believe that in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I don't think the majority of people are trying to make trans people feel bad about themselves. I do not believe that, okay? Again, I'm old school. I know what's up. Been doing this a long time, okay? I have a huge amount of lived experience, okay? So, that being said, let me finish this. So,
you're not hiding. I see right through you. You think the term cis is offensive because you've used the term trans offensively. You're a part of the problem. Go unpack that because the term cis has been around for forever.
Has it? Has it? Okay, I'd say the majority of the people in this chat right now are adults, okay? And I'm probably going to say between the ages of 25 to 45. Let's say you're all that. I want to know in the chat with a thumbs up, has the word cisgender been around forever? Or thumbs down, no, it has not, okay? So I want you to actually participate in this right now, okay? Have you heard the term cisgender your whole life? Or have you not heard the word cisgender? Or no, right? No, or do a thumbs up, thumbs down. You have or you haven't. I will almost guarantee you the majority of you people in this room right now, and there's a lot of you, will put thumbs down. It's total bullshit. It's a bullshit lie, okay? Nope, it has not. Nope. I'm going to wait for the first yes, because thumbs up. Oh, okay, there, we got a thumbs up. So you're saying yes, it has? It has not. Okay, wait, hold on, because I really saw a thumbs up, which a majority of you, I missed the thumbs up. No, you're young. I'm talking about, no, right. I understand you young people have. I'm talking about the people who have been living on this earth longer than you, okay? I've been transitioned longer than you. It has not. No, it has not. The only reason you young people have is exactly what you said. You're from a younger generation. So this person says, yes, but I want to know, I bet the people who are putting the thumbs up, which is very, very few of you, are from a younger generation. I am talking from an older generation of people, okay? So a 25-year-old even says no. So let me finish this. It gets even more insane.
It's not new. It's not this new age term. It's not woke. It's been around forever.
No, it has not. You're lying. So here's another thing I want to show you. They're lying. So Anyone could say anything. Anyone could say anything. I could tell you all right now that I have 4 legs. You can't see them because you only see from my waist up. But I could literally tell you all I'm sitting in this chair and I have 4 legs. You would either have to believe me or not believe me. Anyone can say anything. The point I'm trying to make here is prove it. Prove it. If I get up right now and I stand, you're going to see my shorts, but you're also going to see 2 legs. So I lied to you. I actually lied to you. She is lying, okay? Lying. That has not been around. It just started when this trans ideological space came up. I'm sorry I'm a little bit heated today. I can feel my energy. But it's because I'm sick and tired of these people making shit up to separate me from you. I don't want to be separated from you. Okay? You are not cisgender. The majority of you people out there, so you started hearing it in 2007. I didn't. I never heard that word before in the context of trans, ever until the whole thing. But that's interesting that you had heard it. But the majority of people here said no. They have not, okay? So, and the majority of people here will tell you, don't call me cisgender, okay? It's just like the word tranny, okay? Tranny. Tranny is a derogatory statement about a trans person. I reclaimed it. I have no issues with it. But if you look in the context, most people are going to use the word tranny, right, as a derogatory statement. It's why you shouldn't possibly be using that word unless somebody's cool with it. If somebody tells you don't call me cis, okay, don't call them cis. Don't call them cis. What makes you think that you can call somebody something they don't want to be called? So let me continue this lie.
It's new to you. And you think it's offensive because you've used the word trans offensively.
That she is making assumptions about you all. I know what the friend Blue Kitu. I understand completely what the word means. I 100% understand what it means. That's not the context of this conversation. 100% I understand the meaning of it, okay? And thank you for that. That is not what I'm trying to say here. It has been introduced into the language in the transgender space, okay? Because it's specifically been introduced into that space to separate trans people from cis people, okay? That means on some level that you are insinuating that a person wants to be labeled cisgender. Okay, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't make assumptions about what people want to be called and what they don't want to be called. That just doesn't make sense. Okay, you can't do that. And this person is lying.
Why? Right. Let's unpack that. Unlike JLo's vocals in her songs, I need y'all to be so fucking for real. You're a part of the problem. Go unpack that shit.
Wow.
I hope this helps. Peace and love.
Wow, go unpack that shit. Can you imagine somebody talking to you like that? Go unpack that shit. First off, this person just came straight out the gate with the fighting pose. Then literally, oh, good, just being very sarcastic at the end. Peace and love. No peace and love. Okay, so thanks, Corey. Corey writes in at the Oxford English Dictionary since 2015. Okay, so here, this one right here. 2016. So how has it been around forever? How has it been around forever? Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for that. How has it been around forever if this? Really, I really want to know. Definition of a shit-eating grin. You said it. But this is the bullshit from these people. They're first off, they're lying. I think I told you this quote I heard one time. I'm sorry, I'm probably going to misrepresent the quote, but it was something that to the effect of, if you have to make up lies about the truth, then you're not telling the truth. Okay? Then you're not telling the truth. So why do they have to make up lies? Right, she's talking down to you. I totally agree. 100% agree. Why do you have to make up lies? So, as you know, I sit here today as a female who looks like a male. Okay, you can't deny that. Who is a transsexual person who has a mental disorder called gender dysphoria, who transitioned to look like a man. I consider this my sort of 24/7 costume, right? I am 100% aware of what's going on with me and why. I still don't know why I feel more comfortable. I'm still working on that 33 years later. What makes me feel more comfortable looking like a man? Why is that? Why is that? Don't you think that's the biggest question of all? Why does a woman like myself feel more comfortable dressing up, growing a beard, removing my breasts, and walking the world as a man? Why couldn't I live longer just being a female? I find it quite fascinating in my own life, and I really mean this. I'm not trying to be anything other than truthful here. I think it's very, very. I'm not a man. I'm not a man. I'm literally not a man, but I appreciate you. I just got to bring that. I just got to bring this one up because it's funny. But I know I love you too, but this one, I know you're trying to be cool. I understand what you're not a woman. You're a man. I get it. I'm not a man. I'm not. I'm not. I live as a man. Okay. I am 100% female. I'm not. I never changed that. I live my life looking this way and walking this way, and I can walk into any establishment in the whole wide world and nobody ever knows about me. That is a true transsexual person. But I appreciate that you respect that. I do. It does mean that you care about me. I have never heard it in 2007 or even after. My best friend's sister, thank you for this, in 2010 came out as a transsexual, and cis was never used. Stop calling me cis. I'm a woman. There you go. When someone asks you not to call them she, let's use this as an example. How about this? Let's just say I prefer to be called he, okay? And you guys all so respect me. You respect me. You're cool. You literally call me he. But in the context of this pronoun bullshit, okay? People are so off their rocker about it, right? When someone's presenting as a female, but they want you to call them he, but you don't want to call them he because you see a she. How is that? How? I don't understand. They're not making an effort. I make a huge effort so that you people don't. Are we dealing with trolls? Who cares? Lisa will take care of the trolls. But if you see a troll in the house, okay, if you see a troll in the house, just highlight that for me, and then we'll get rid of the troll, because trolls aren't welcome here. So that being said, anyone's welcome to have a different opinion than me. I have no issues with that at all. So if that's the case. So that's the first video I wanted to show you. And I want to show you how disrespectful the transgender activists are, okay? They're lying, they're stealing, they're cheating, okay? Bullshit. You're done. We're not going to believe you. Cis has not been around forever. Everyone here today knows that. You created it in order to create a divide between the world and trans people. I don't want to divide, okay? I just want to blend in and be chill and do my thing, okay? I'm not asking for handouts. I work, I pay taxes, I do everything you guys do. That's all I think you all want from anybody who's suffering from a mental disorder like myself. You just want me to get back up on my horse and ride again. That's all. What's the difference between somebody who has anxiety or depression or PTSD or an eating disorder? You want that person to get help. You don't want that person to live in that pain. I lived in actual pain. You want pain you will never even be able to understand, but it was painful for me. And I'm not in pain today. I'm actually not in pain. I'm very happy. I'm very grounded. I'm very willing to have open conversations. I'm willing to come to the table with you all. I'm even willing to be misgendered because I don't give a shit. One of the things that rules about being old, I love when people call me old because I'm like, yeah, man, it's all about, because when you're old, you don't give a shit. You're just like, whatever. So this second one here, okay, these people are off their rocker. I'm telling you, they just don't want to have the conversation like I do.
Word can be used as an insult. However, that doesn't make the word you're using inherently insulting. Let me explain. I could say, you utter umbrella. Now, I'm using that to insult somebody per se, but it doesn't make the word umbrella inherently insulting. It's just a pretty neutral word. Now, there are words with more connotations. For example, the phrase football fan. Now, some people might have positive associations with the term football fan. They might think of the dedication and the camaraderie, stuff like that. Other people might have negative associations, like the violence or the drinking culture. However, the phrase football fan is a neutral one. If you watch a video where someone is discussing football fans and you automatically assume that they are saying it in a negative way, it kind of says more about you and your assumptions than the video. Now, perhaps somebody, a creator, is saying negative things about football fans. Perhaps there's somebody who's been abused by football fans.
So the reason I brought this one was, do you remember the beginning of the video? Wait, hold on here. Let me just remind you of the beginning of the video.
Any word can be used as an insult. However, that doesn't make the word you're using inherently insulting.
And it said, is cis a slur? And then they went off on umbrellas and football fans and blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Because they don't really have an argument. They're making shit up. And this is called gaslighting, by the way. I think this is, gibberish. I think this is a really great example of gaslighting. They're not just staying straight out the gate. The facts of the situation is cisgender was created in order to divide transgender from and make transgender something that could be either better than or right on the same plane as people. Because the whole point of transsexualism and trans is to actually transition to be a man or a woman. That is literally what the term is. Hey, thank you, Trigger Warned. Thank you, friend. So I supported you for years, Buck, but you blocked me on Twitter the second I disagree with you. You know, how long ago was that? How long ago was that? Why don't you tell me? But thanks for the super chat. I'm sure I did probably block you because I don't have time and energy on Twitter to listen to people say things. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell me what you said, and then maybe we can clear the air today, okay? So it could have been a long time ago. But thanks for that. I appreciate it very much. Also, I want to remind all of you people, I've been around for a long time, okay? I've been around. Do you know how many followers I have on X? I have a shit ton, okay? I've been on X for probably 10 years. I was there when it was Twitter. I've been on MySpace. I've been on Instagram. I've been on all those platforms, and I've been around activism, whatever you want to call it, for 20 plus years. Do you know that I've changed? Do you know that my thought process has changed? Do you know what I said 20 years ago I probably would never say now? Do you know what I said 10 years ago? So when somebody says something like that, you have no case with me. Because first off, was it yesterday I blocked you? Okay. Or was it 10 years ago? Or was it even 2 years ago? That's the point I'm trying to make here. You can't say that to somebody like me because I've been around for a long time, okay? If I'm not allowed to not want to be called cis, you're not allowed not want to be called what you don't like. There you go. That's right. That was actually my point earlier on, okay? If you are not going to respect people don't want you to be called don't want to be called cis, you better get over your pronouns, buddy. Because the same thing is going to happen to you. Okay? So if you want to be called he or she, but you're a she who wants to be called he, you better get over yourself. If you continue to use the word cisgender, people are not going to respect you. It's literally how it works. Okay? I respect you. It is why I tell you my biology is real. It's why I tell you I had thoughts before that I would never, ever align with now. Anything you ever want to talk about, my past in the adult entertainment industry, what I think about the things I did back then and now, my products that I make, which are sexual wellness products, I think, I don't have anything to hide. Do you know how freeing that is? Do you realize that I'm free? Nobody can come on here and try to say, well, 5 years ago you did X, Y, and Z. So what? So what? And the point is what? People do that because people are so easily offended now. I'm not easily offended. I'm just not. Because I really don't. It doesn't matter what you think. You're allowed to have an opinion. Okay, thank you, friend. Thank you, Angrars. When you point out the same logic that it says more about them than you, then they gaslight you. And that's right. And claim that's literally the definition of gaslighting. So it's like when a trans person calls you, let's say Sally, cisgender, and Sally says, please don't call me cisgender. Okay. And then they go, well, you are cisgender and it's not a slur. And then you say, well, dude, I asked you. And then that dude claims to be a woman and you call him a dude. And then he gets totally offended because you dissed his pronouns. Who's in the right and who's in the wrong there? I would say the woman who asked you not to call them cis. Game on. When you play that game, you better be. I can play the game. I can play the game. I can literally play the game. That's why they don't like me. That's why the trans people don't like me, because I can just knock you out. I could drop kick you past the goalposts because you can't mess with me. Okay, I just don't even understand why you want to mess with me, because I'm sitting here. Anyways, none of you people really want to mess with me. Very rarely do we get trolls. Very rarely do we get that, because I need to educate. I'm here to say, hey, thanks for being a new member. That's super awesome. Thank you guys really for supporting the channel. We are growing like mad. I swear we're going to hit 200. I never thought I could get to 200,000 subscribers, honestly, because I know I speak about very specific things and I'm not all politically oriented in that space, but I talk about truth here. And I just want to say thank you guys, man. You rule. You totally rule. And it means a lot to me that I could reach 200,000. It really shows. Thank you. I mean, awesome. You guys are so awesome. So thank you for that. It's just like, what a great Christmas present. What a great New Year's present. Because when we hit that 200, you guys, when we hit that 200, I think YouTube is going to push the channel a lot more, okay? They tried to suppress me. Remember back in the day, I was getting suppressed a lot. My videos were getting fully suppressed and shadow banned because of the things I was saying about the trans community. And so I just kept going. And I told you, every time my videos got demonetized, I refused to take them down. I'm not taking them down. Of course it helps to be monetized. There's no doubt about it. It takes a lot of work to create these channels, but it is not my only goal, okay? But that being said, because I kept staying on target and I kept telling you that I was not going to let them sway me. And I didn't let them sway me. And even though those videos got demonetized, I kept them up and they kept going, and you guys found me. And you guys all found me. Every day I get somebody new tell me, oh, I can't believe I just found you, Buck. I'm like, thank you. Because I think the shadow ban is getting released and something in the universe is opening up. And I think truth will always rise to the top. Truth has been stamped down. It's been really crushed in this disgusting world we live in today. But I think you can't crush the truth. The truth, thank you so much for being a new member. Thank you. That's so awesome. You can't crush the truth. It will always rise to the top. So I want to get back into this cis thing because it's so irritating. But anyway, this person is just blah, 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 blah. See, you just found me today. Thanks for finding me. Thanks for finding me, friend. That's so cool. So here, this one is the one I want to bring next because I thought this one is kind of interesting. Okay.
Clear. Cis is a slur. And it's one that I use to refer to my students who refuse to be transgender. I think it's very important that as educators, we physically and verbally punish students who refuse to start their trans journey. And using words like cis is a great way to do that.
Oh my gosh. Can you even imagine? That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. But this says it all right there. It says like they really want, right? They really want to.
Let's be clear. Cis is a slur. And it's one that I use to refer to my students who refuse to be transgender. I think it's very important that as educators, we physically and verbally punish students who refuse to start their trans journey. And using words like cis is a great way to do that.
Oh my God. It's just so crazy what's on the internet, you guys. It's just so crazy. It actually is. Thank you for that. But wait, somebody asked the question, what do I think about T.S. Madison? She's a woman. She is not a woman. She is a transsexual. So no. And T.S. Madison and I are friends from a million years ago. And T.S. Madison will tell you that, okay? So as far as I know, T.S. Madison is a male to female transsexual. So T.S. is not a woman. T.S. is a transsexual woman. So, oh my God, man. The gaslighting is so crazy. Okay, here's another good one.
Biological men and women tell you that they don't want to be called cisgender.
Then they're transphobic. I'll slow it down and make it real simple for you though. Cisgendered is the antonym, the opposite of transgender. Meaning if you are not trans, you are cis. The same way the antonym to hot is cold, up to down, left to right, spicy to sweet. It just means the opposite. It is not a slur. It's basic language. Now, when cisgendered people don't want to identify themselves as cis, they say, don't call me cis, I'm a biological woman, blah, blah, blah. That is transphobic, and let me explain why. When somebody says something like, don't call me cisgendered, I'm not cisgendered, I'm a biological woman. Really what you're saying is, I don't want to feel equal to trans people, because trans people are below me.
That's not what they're saying, first off. Secondly, that's what I told you. She just spilled the beans. They're trying to make you equal. They're trying to make men and women equal to transgender people. You are not equal to men and women. It is literally the reason why you are transitioning. What the fuck? I swear to God, I just like the circle. The circle. Is it called circular reasoning? Thank you for being a member. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. You guys are totally awesome. Do you understand what? Did you hear what this person said? Hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Don't call me cisgendered. I'm not cisgendered. I'm a biological woman. Really what you're saying is I don't want to feel equal to trans people because trans people are below me. I'm the default human.
That is not what they're saying. That is actual bullshit. Okay? I don't know if this person is transgender or what they are, but here's the gaslighting again. That I could literally pick out any woman in the chat or any man in the chat who can just express to me in a couple words, and I'll put it up here, why you do not want to be called cisgender, okay? Why crazy eyes? Right on, 17 months. Way to go, friend. I really want to, there's a reason why you don't want to be called cis. And the reason is because it's stupid. Okay, you win. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. It's so good. It's so easy to tear these. It's because you don't want to feel lesser than trans people. Okay? Talk about narcissism, you guys. Thanks for being a member. Getting a lot of new members today. You guys rule. You know what I mean? The whole thing is so ridiculous because I'm a woman. Okay, wait, hold on here. Where's the one? I'm a woman. There you go. Simple, plain and simple. That's why you don't want to be called cis, because you're a woman or you're a man. Like, no, doesn't work that way. Also, this logic of because you don't want to be like lower than trans people. What? Like, I don't understand these people's logic. Hold on. Let's go more with this psycho.
You guys want to believe that cisgendered is the default human, and that's not the case. You are othering trans people by doing that.
Okay, so here's why it's so crazy, you guys. You are saying that cisgender is the default human. It is. The whole point of okay, hold on. I just got up. I dipped up. They're trying to make you equal. No, they ain't. They're trying to make you normal people inferior. That's right. That's exact. I mean, what? So wait. So the thing that really yanks my chain, you guys, is this. Hold on. This.
Gendered is the default human, and that's not the case. You are
default.
Really what you're saying is I don't want to feel equal to trans people because trans people are below me. I'm the default human. You guys want to believe that cisgendered is the default human, and that's not the case.
But let me explain to all of you out there, but even though I don't need to, okay? I want to be like you. That is literally what a transsexual is. I wish to God I would have been born a man, but I wasn't. So you aren't the default human. You are what a transsexual person aspires to be. Okay? When I was in track and field, okay, I aspired to be the best runner. in the woman's team. And I was getting there, okay? I aspire to be the best man I can be. Has nothing to do with default. I think the whole world needs to be put on reset. That's what I think. Because these people are saying shit that literally means nothing to any of us, okay? It's so crazy.
Or othering trans people by doing that. Transgender people.
Wait, so you see, again, you are othering trans people, but are they othering you? It's a question. If you as a man and a woman are othering trans people because you don't want to be called cis, are they othering you because you want to be? That's right. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They don't listen to themselves when they talk. See? They don't. Why is passing bad is a great question. Why is passing bad? So they're not even listening to themselves. So they are othering you, people. They are othering you by calling you cis. They're not respecting you as a man and woman. They are literally. Oh my God.
People are people whose gender does not align with their sex at birth. Cisgendered people are people whose gender aligns with their sex.
They just keep saying the same shit over and over. Do you know what cults do? Do y'all know anything about cults? And one of the things that a cult does is they do mantras. And they say the same thing over and over. Trans women are women. Trans women are women. Cisgender is this. Transgender is this. When they keep saying the same thing over and over, it's so that the world and people catch on. Because if you keep saying, this is a bowl, not a cup. This is a bowl, not a cup. This is a bowl, right? What happens is your brain gets rewired to believe this is a bowl and not a cup. It's dogma overthinking. That's right. That's right. It's the same bullshit over and over and again. So if they were so right, they wouldn't have to continue to tell you these lies. If we never had to explain to you before, in my 63 years, okay, on this planet Earth, never once did you have to explain to me what a man or a woman was. Never once. Except in biology class, we understand biology. But in the scope of things, right? We don't go around saying what a man and a woman is. We never did that before. Now all of a sudden that they divided you with this word cisgender, now all of a sudden you have to get lessons on what it means to be cisgender, right? And what it means to not be cisgender. What do you think, Buck, when they say cis means on the same side? Like it's not insulting. I'm a woman, thanks for end of discussion. I think that they're trying to gaslight. I think that they're just making shit up along the way. I think that they want to keep the divide. And you are a woman, and I respect that. And you are men, and I don't need to think of you as anything other than, because that's the reality of it. You're not cis. That's a bullshit term. It's a bullshit term to keep all of us separated so that we hate each other, right? I don't hate you. And that's not my goal in this world. By the way, anyone notice how she's saying cisgender? Because you're not allowed to say transgendered, but, oh, great point. You're right. You're not allowed to. Who's policing us? You're not allowed to say transgendered. That's actually great point. Thank you for that. But she can say cis because they actually are making cis a slur. They are pushing you down and trying to be higher than you. So it's better to be trans and worse to be cis. It's an actual fact. And that's why I believe that cis is a slur. 100%. 100% it is. So, oh my God, this person, thank you guys for being members. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I totally appreciate you all so much. It's super cool of you supporting, okay? You sound like a cartoon character, but I am a cartoon character, okay? Did you pay your dues to be on the channel? Okay, it's, I think, $1.99 to be here, because no free cartoons for you, buddy. So I love when the trolls come on. And so I'm going to give you a minute here, everybody, to grab a drink. And I would love for this person to express to us why they feel the importance to call out my cartoon voice. So I'll give you 1 minute, buddy, and then you're going, because Lisa will take you out. But really, Why are you here? This is what I really, I love using the trolls as a great way to, I know, actually, you know what? People have been reaching out to me to make a cartoon character of me. So we're really talking about that. So thanks for that. So my voice will actually work well. But I just want to say something to you here. I'm not really sure why you're here. And I told from the beginning of this situation, I told people, you can come here and you can say things, but you can't come and you can't insult and you can't be a dick because you obviously are lonely and I feel sorry for you. And I really do hope you get like in a space where you feel better about yourself. You know, it doesn't matter. I know what my voice sounds like. We've had this discussion almost every single time that there's always somebody like you, but I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that you have a beautiful holiday season. I hope that you seriously think about yourself and go take care of whatever is deeply inside of you that's hurting you enough to put your pain on, or try to, because it doesn't hurt me, on other people. So you have a great rest of your day and you're never allowed back here again. Bye. God, guys, it's just so crazy. So the issue might be, okay, the issue might with the words man and woman. If I'm a not trans man because I'm male, shouldn't trans women be called trans? Yeah, I get what you're saying. This is a great question. Shouldn't trans women be called trans men for the same reason? Yes, I'll call myself cis when they swap the terms. LOL. They're never gonna do it. But I 100% understand what you're saying. And this is the fault of trans activism, right? So the whole point of us I could say for trans men was so that we were kind of trying to be a subset of men, okay? That's the whole reason we were calling ourselves trans men, is so that we were sort of like a subset of you as a male and and sort of saying that we aren't men, but we want to be men, if that makes sense. But today, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up because we got crazy people thinking they're better than men and women and creating these terms to divide the space between men and women and trans people. So 100% I understand what you're saying. And I think a lot of people are starting to say that. Like people would literally say, hold on a second here. So people would actually say that I'm a trans woman because I'm female, right? So that's the case, right? So I get it. And it's why, you know what? I don't really care. It just doesn't matter to me. And I think what's happening is that now there's so much hatred on all sides, right? On all sides. Thank you for that. And, you know, the thing is this, you're always going to get people who dislike you. Know that. Just know that. I really want you people out there to understand. When you are also a person in the public forum, as I am, I've gotten hate a lot, okay? You just kind of learn how to navigate it. And you learn not to take it personally. Now, that being said, of course, when people say things that could be mean and the intention is to be mean, you know, human is human. But you really have to sort of compartmentalize your brain. And so I think a lot of things with this sort of cisgender term and how they are trying to make you feel lesser than or bad or all of these things, I think you need to, in my opinion, come to the table as a man or a woman. I think it's more directed towards women, to be honest with you. I don't think men on some level, pardon me, even care about the cis thing because it hasn't been thrown at the men. This cis crap has been thrown at women, like everything in this whole trans debate has. It's been literally thrown to derail women's space, okay? So that being said, in my opinion, you have to try to learn what's the more important fight, okay? So, and what's the more important space to be in? The majority of these trans activists are going to continue to call you cisgender. Who cares? Does it really matter? On some level, it does, because it does not make you comfortable, and they're trying to make you feel lesser than. But on the other side of it, what if we all just stopped giving them this energy, as I am today, right? What if we just stopped? what if we just stopped talking about it and we started talking about things like the fact that there are very scary men dressing as women and getting into women's prison space? What if we really start to talk about the fact that there are disingenuous, scary men who are sexual assaulters? I don't think I can use the R word in this channel, but that being said, who are now saying they're transgender women. And, you know, there are so many scary things that are happening in the transgender space coming from trans identified men that I believe is way more important than a fucking word. But again, I don't want to discount you, and I don't want to discount the fact that I believe the word cis has been created as a divide and as a slur. But, right, you aren't in any way required to acknowledge that. That's why I'm telling you. That is literally what I think you're hearing me. Let's just not acknowledge it. And how do you eventually get something to go away? How does something just go away? By not acknowledging it, right? I think on some level. But there's things to me that are so much more crazy happening in the space, such as what I just said. These creepy dudes who are using a space that helps a person like myself and Blair and Tori and Marcus. It has helped us move forward in the world. They have now latched onto it and are abusing something that can end up on some level taking away this space that has created a better world for me. And it's why I really want to sit with you all and have conversation, because I want you to see, right? Yeah, I know they won't stop. They're never going to stop saying it. I understand that. But you have to understand even though they seem like a big group of people, they aren't. They are not. The trans community is not. It just seems like it is. Because it gets a lot of play. But I think the more and more we start pushing back on this idea that children are transgender, and we start pushing back on the idea that this stuff should be taught in schools, and we start pushing back on no surgery and no medication for anyone under the age of 21, and we start really coming together as a group of people and understanding that transsexualism exists. I really believe that you all believe that it exists, but it's a very small mental disorder, like it's always been. And until we sort of push the nasty shit out, it will continue to dominate the conversation. And these men, because it's mostly trans-identified males who are creating these things. If you notice, most of the videos I brought up today, right? Most of the videos I brought up today are mostly trans women. Here, I have this one I want to show you here. Hold on.
The argument that cis is a slur is ridiculous. It's meant the opposite of trans since the Romans.
Okay, that's why. Wait, okay, listen to this.
The argument that cis is a slur is ridiculous. It's meant the opposite of trans since the Romans.
Since the Romans. Can anyone here today verify that? Were the Romans actually saying cisgender? Were they actually saying that? What? I'm telling you, somebody actually posted here that it didn't get into the dictionary until 2016 and 2017. This is why I'm telling you, these people are nuts. They're nuts. They are gaslighting. They are making false information. The Roman Empire lasted until 2016. You gotta fucking be kidding me. I'm telling you. I mean, this is satire. This is not satire. This is actually people in the trans community trying to gaslight us all. It's been around since the Romans. My God.
And it still means the opposite of trans in all disciplines, from geography to
Want to know what else means the opposite of trans? Let me remind all you wingnuts. Man, woman, trans. Okay? Man, woman, trans. The opposite of man and woman. My God. But they're trying to lump man and woman into one term and trans into one term. Okay? The whole point of trans is because you want to be a man or a woman. It's why I keep telling you guys non-binary is bullshit. Non-binary is not trans. What are you transitioning to? It's not trans. They also co-opted that. So these are the gas. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, so.
Chemistry. Just because someone's called you a fucking cis doesn't mean...
See, right there. Right there. Just because someone called you fucking cis doesn't mean... So why do you even need to say it like that? Why do you need to be so angry and mean about it? Because it's a slur, and you know it. So the fact that you're coming out the gate again in the fighter stance means that you don't care to have the conversation.
It's a slur. I could call you a fucking spoon and it'd be insulting. That doesn't mean spoon is a slur.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. If you called me a fucking spoon like that, then it's a slur. What are you talking about? I swear to God, man, these people are so mean and nasty. You're right. They are nasty, angry, and violent. That's right. That's right. 100%. They are not willing to sit with you. They don't care. They want to dominate the world, right? So here, cisgender originated with biologist. Thank you for this. Hold on one second. Sorry. Cisgender originated with biologist Dana Leland DeFosse, who first used it back in 1994. Okay, let's just say that's true. I'm going to take your word for it right now, okay? But were they using it the way that they use it today? In what context were they using it for, right? It is literally the reason why I wanted to have this conversation today, and we're going to wind down here, is because I wanted to show you that, sure, that word could have been around forever, but it wasn't used in the context of trans people, right? And it wasn't used in the context to divide us, to say men and women are over here and trans, right? Or it was never used for that. The whole point, okay, great. The whole point of using the word today is derogatory, is to make you feel lesser than. That is 100% my opinion. Translating. Right on. It's translating. I love it. That's excellent. So that's just the point I wanted to make. In my opinion, as a transsexual, I believe the word cis is a slur because I believe that it is used to separate, not to, okay, and to divide, okay, not to coexist with you, not to say, you know, I am just a transsexual person who wants to be a man or a woman and move forward in your life. It is now to say trans people are better than. Trans people are this. Everyone should be trans. We should highlight trans people. So that's why I wanted to say that.
Slur.
No, it's not. 3 reasons why. First, slurs typically draw their derogatory power from a history of discrimination. Cis doesn't have a history of discrimination. Second, slurs typically have a negative connotation. Cis doesn't have a negative connotation.
Cis, here, this is interesting, this part. Cis, here, wait.
From a history of discrimination. Cis doesn't have a history of discrimination.
Cis doesn't have a history of Cis doesn't have, hold on.
Doesn't have a history of discrimination.
Cis doesn't have a history of discrimination. That's not true. Let me tell you how that's not true. Because if you are referring to cis women, do your homework, buddy. Cis women have a full-on history of discrimination. What are you talking about? Have you ever heard of misogyny? Like, what? So, wow. Just wow, people. Yeah, it's discriminatory in its inception. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It full on does. But the thing is that he just thinks that there's no does not have a history. Fully has a history of discrimination. 100%. If you are using cis in place of woman, okay, then you don't even know what you're talking about.
Second, slurs typically have a negative connotation. Cis doesn't have a negative connotation.
Oh, really? I already took a poll early on, buddy. And like out of 600 people in this room right now, pretty much 99% of the people felt they were, that it was a derogatory term. So I don't know what you're talking about. You know what that thing is when you're in a bubble right? You're in a bubble and you just only talk to the people in your bubble. So everything that you're saying is positive and all you're getting is positive reinforcement back and back and back. They live in a bubble. These people live in a bubble. They're not willing to have the conversation with me. Don't forget, I spoke to Charlie Kirk. I sat with Charlie Kirk. I shook the hand of Charlie Kirk. We laughed, Charlie Kirk and I, okay? We became friends, Charlie Kirk and I. Where these people will tell you that Charlie Kirk is transphobic, homophobic, blahophobic, phobic, hater, blah, blah, blah. They'll tell you all those things. When I'm telling you I had actual firsthand experience, they never have, because these people live in a bubble. A bubble. I told you again, I'll speak to the devil. I'll speak to whoever. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid of the truth. And so when you continually talk in your bubble of people and you continually circle around in the same space, this is what you get. This is exactly what you get.
Third, slurs typically reinforce existing hierarchies. Cis doesn't reinforce existing hierarchies. So stop reaching so hard for a whataboutism.
Okay, how about if you stop being in your little circle and bubble? It literally was created to be derogatory. That's right. Good point. He wouldn't think it's a slur because he's a dude. Oh my God. My God. Oh, people. Thank you guys. I gotta go get my baby. Okay, so baby girl is doing amazing. I just want to let you guys know that no. Oh man, really? Oh man, you really had to say that. So who are you? Motorsport Queen. I'm dying to know who you are. Charlie Kirk was a wingnut phobic. Have you ever talked to Charlie? Did you talk to him before somebody assassinated him? Did you? Bet you didn't. Bet you wouldn't. But here you sit on a channel talking shit because you can, because you're behind a screen and nobody knows who you are. They'll never know who you are. You can say whatever you need to say, and I highlight your comment because I want to show the world how insane people are and how stupid, because you're stupid. You're actually stupid, because that is an actual bullshit statement. I sat down with this man. We disagreed on almost everything. On almost everything in the conversation. But guess what? Guess what? He's not a wingnut. I'm not a wingnut. You're the wingnut, okay? So he's not phobic. People who are phobic do not have conversation with people that you think they're phobic with. So I will continue to tell all of you, when people say shit like this, it's because they are the people who live in a bubble and they just listen to the same shit over and over and over again, okay? And then they're not willing to have the conversation. So you can have that opinion 100%, but you're full of shit and you're lying, okay? And you never would have the conversation, ever. You don't get to have the conversation now because people assassinated him because they did what you did. They made these things about him. Doesn't matter that you didn't like what he said. Why do you live in a country where we're supposed to have freedom of speech? Why do you live? Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. But in America, we are supposed to be able to say, I don't agree with you. I don't agree that this should be here. I don't agree with abortion. I agree with abortion. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with kids being taught this. We're supposed to be able to do that. We're not supposed to just take somebody out because we don't like what they're saying. That's the part that really pisses me off. So I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm going to tell you that. I think you're wrong, and it's too bad that you'll never get the chance. But I did, and I will continue to speak out about Charlie Kirk and about how important that man was to this country and how important that man was to conversation. Even though I disagree with the majority of the things he said, I will tell you it's tragic that that man was taken out because somebody didn't like what he said. That is the part we can never forget. And with that, you guys, I love you guys a lot. Thank you for having conversation with me. Thank you for creating this, helping me create this channel. Thank you for getting me to 200,000. Almost, you guys. We're almost there. Okay. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Baby girl is doing awesome. Wow. Yeah, her cheeks are this big. baby girl's cheeks are this big. It's actually the cute. I wish I could show you. You'll never see her, but just take my word for it. She is a beautiful baby. Okay. And I feel very blessed, and somebody loves me because I got to take this baby girl out of CPS and care for her and give her everything she will ever want. She's going to be spoiled. So with that, sending you guys all a lot of love. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.